Unveiling the mysteries of survival, we journey back in time to unlock the ancient secrets of defeating the undead. Picture this: towering stone walls, impenetrable fortresses, and a sanctuary in a world gone awry. Just as our ancestors fortified their cities and castles against the marauding invaders, we too can apply these same principles to create secure locations to fend off the relentless zombie hordes. They understood the importance of barriers, walls, and secure entry points, and so should we. These age-old strategies were their first line of defense, protecting them from the unseen dangers that lurked beyond their borders. Their survival depended on their ability to adapt, innovate, and persevere. And if they could do it, so can we. So let's learn from the past and fortify our future. Remember, your fortress is your sanctuary. Defend it wisely, just as our ancestors did. From the pages of ancient Greek history, we bring you the formidable Phalanx Formation. It's a military strategy that stood the test of time, turning the tides of many battles. Picture a tight-knit unit of warriors, shields interlocked, spears thrust forward, marching as one to face the enemy. Now imagine adapting this timeless tactic to the zombie apocalypse. The Phalanx Formation could prove to be a game-changer. Just as the ancient Greeks united against their foes, survivors could band together, forming a solid wall of defense against the zombie horde. Using whatever they can find as shields, car doors, trash can lids, even tabletops, and arming themselves with long pointed objects, survivors can create an impenetrable barrier. The key is in the unity and synchronization of movement, just like a well-oiled machine. Remember, in the face of a zombie onslaught, unity is your best ally. In unity lies strength, and in strength lies survival. Let's delve into the muddy trenches of ancient and medieval warfare. A battlefield transformed into a maze of trenches, a tactic used by our ancestors to slow down and trap enemies. Imagine the potential of this strategy in a zombie apocalypse. Just like a medieval knight luring his foes into a deadly trap, we can use these trenches to steer the undead into our control. Picture this: a horde of zombies, lured by the scent of living flesh, stumble into a concealed trench, becoming trapped, unable to climb the steep, slippery walls. These trenches, a relic of ancient warfare, become our allies in the struggle for survival. Simple to dig, easy to camouflage, they serve as our first line of defense, buying us precious time to strategize, to strike, or to flee. A pitfall for the undead, a lifeline for the living. In the face of the undead, become the master of the trenches. Now we turn our gaze to the silent, deadly art of archery. This ancient practice, mastered by civilizations like the Greeks, Romans, and Chinese, has stood the test of time, and it's about to become your secret weapon against the undead. Imagine standing atop your fortified walls, a bow in hand, and a quiver full of arrows at your side. The zombies approach, but they're out of reach, for now. This is where archery shines. It allows you to strike from a distance, taking down your foes before they even get a chance to claw at your defenses. But don't think it's as easy as just pulling back and letting fly. Archery requires skill, precision, and practice. You need to learn how to aim, how to adjust for wind and distance, and how to hit a moving target. And here's a tip: aim for the head. Zombies, after all, are only as good as their brains. Remember, a well-aimed arrow can be your best ally. From the ancient hunter's toolkit, we bring you pitfalls and traps. The cunning hunters of old knew that sometimes the most effective way to capture prey was to outsmart it, rather than overpower it. They used the terrain to their advantage, creating pitfalls and traps that would ensnare or immobilize their targets. Imagine a pitfall, a concealed hole in the ground. Once a creature falls in, escape becomes a daunting task. This technique, which served our ancestors well in hunting beasts, is equally effective against zombies. Zombies, after all, aren't known for their agility or intelligence. A well-placed pitfall can trap multiple zombies, reducing the size of the horde you're up against. Similarly, traps can be a game-changer. From snares to tripwires, these tools can immobilize zombies, giving you the upper hand. The key is to be creative and use what you have at your disposal. So, there you have it. Ancient hunting techniques repurposed for the modern-day zombie apocalypse. Become the hunter, not the hunted. The thundering hooves of ancient cavalry bring us our next tactic. Picture this: the ground rumbles beneath you as a mounted force charges forward. In the ancient world, cavalry was the epitome of speed and maneuverability on the battlefield. Now, imagine that speed and agility applied to a zombie apocalypse. Zombies, while relentless, are not known for their quickness. A well-trained horse could easily outrun a horde, buying you precious time and distance. But it's not just about outrunning the undead. Horse-mounted soldiers have been historically known for their ability to outmaneuver enemies, effectively changing the course of battles. This could prove invaluable when dealing with zombies. A quick, sharp turn at the right moment could lead a horde into a trap or away from a vulnerable location. Indeed, adapting these ancient horse cavalry tactics could provide a significant advantage in a world overrun by zombies. Speed is survival. Embrace it. Next, we delve into the shadows of guerrilla warfare. This is the art of fighting on your own terms, striking when the enemy least expects it, and melting back into the shadows before they can retaliate. Ancient civilizations, even when outnumbered, use these tactics with great success. Now imagine using such a strategy in a zombie apocalypse. You see, zombies might be relentless, but they're not exactly the sharpest tools in the shed. They rely on sheer numbers, not cunning. That's where guerrilla warfare comes in. By adapting these hit-and-run tactics, you can strike at a zombie horde, create chaos and confusion, and retreat before they can regroup. Find a high vantage point, throw a Molotov cocktail or set off a loud noise to distract them, then swoop in for the kill. And remember, the key here is to avoid direct confrontation. Your strength lies in your unpredictability, your ability to strike and vanish. In the face of overwhelming odds, be the elusive shadow. Now, we turn our attention to the towering structures of siege engineering. In the times of yore, civilizations, rich in their knowledge of warfare, developed impressive structures and weapons to keep adversaries at bay. Think catapults, ballistae, and fortified walls. These were not just constructs of wood and stone, they were the physical manifestation of strategic genius, a testament to human ingenuity. In the context of a zombie apocalypse, these defensive masterpieces of the past could be our saving grace. Imagine a fortified stronghold impervious to the relentless onslaught of the undead. Picture a well-aimed ballista bolt piercing through the ranks of an incoming horde. These age-old tactics can serve as our shield, our fortress in the face of impending doom. Remember, it's not just about survival. It's about mastery over the situation. So let's tap into the wisdom of our ancestors, repurpose their strategies, and stand our ground. In defense, find your offense. Let's venture into the mind-bending world of psychological warfare. Now, you might be wondering, can we really use psychological tactics against creatures that seemingly don't have a psyche? Well, the answer to that is a resounding yes. You see, even zombies, with their limited cognitive abilities, can be manipulated. Just like ancient warriors used noise and decoys to lead their enemies into traps, we can apply the same principles to our undead foes. For instance, consider the use of sound as a distraction. Zombies are drawn to noise, meaning a well-placed audio device can lure them into a preset trap. Or think about the use of decoys. These can be used to divert the horde's attention, providing a window of escape or a chance to strike. Remember, the zombie apocalypse isn't just about physical strength, it's a battle of wits. In the mind game, be the master. Finally, we unlock the vault of ancient medical practices and herbal remedies. Picture this. In a world where modern medicine is a luxury, we are left to fend for ourselves. But fear not, for our ancestors were no strangers to such challenges. They harnessed the power of nature, using herbs and plants for their healing properties. Imagine extracting the essence of willow bark, a natural source of salicylic acid, to alleviate pain and reduce fever. Or perhaps using honey, revered as a natural antibiotic, to treat infected wounds. Even in the face of a zombie apocalypse, you could be brewing potent teas from elderberries, known to boost immunity and combat viruses. From the ancient Egyptians to the wise shamans of Native American tribes, these healing practices have stood the test of time. They offer us a glimpse into a world of self-reliance and resilience. In the face of despair, be the beacon of hope with the wisdom of our ancestors. Now share your own zombie survival strategies in the comments below.